workers during the government shutdown. We'll tell you if it's passed or failed.
The defendants in this case orchestrated a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States.
Plus, current and former NBA players and coaches arrested. This all in connection to 2 major gambling investigations.
And a family's boat catches fire off the coast of Massachusetts. More of the dramatic rescue video straight ahead.
We'll get to those stories in just a moment. First, some breaking news. Emergency crews are on the scene of a garage fire in Fostoria.
Fire officials have confirmed with us that a 75-year-old man was hurt and taken to the hospital. It's not clear how extensive his injuries are. Investigators are still working to learn how this happened in the first place. This is happening on South Wood Street in Fostoria.
State Fire Marshal has been contacted to help investigate the fire due to the fact there were injuries. Stay with us on WTOL 11 Plus for updates as they develop. Other stories we're tracking tonight, we're less than 2 weeks away from Election Day, and all Lucas County voters will see a levy renewal from Lucas County Children's Services on the ballot.
If approved, property owners won't see any increase on their taxes. It's based on 2001 property values. Agency leaders say it's essential to continue supporting the hundreds of children in their care, especially as operating costs continue to rise.
Megan Hartnett has more.
Lucas County Children's Services is asking voters to renew a $1.8 million levy this November.
This goes 100% towards raising the 900 kids that the juvenile court has placed in our agency's custody.
Executive Director Randy Muth says the renewal will bring in about $12 million, all going to local children.
These are some of the most traumatized kids in the county. In fact, the help that some of these kids need isn't even available in this state, and we have to send them to other states.
Muth says every child has a unique care plan that could mean placing them with relatives, finding foster homes, or helping them in psychiatric facilities. He says those costs have continued to climb.
The cost to raise children in our care has gone up 77% in the last 5 years.
Muth says Children's Services is already operating with a tight budget, with little room to make cuts without impacting service.
Agencies will then have to resort solely to its core mission, will become more reactive, less proactive, more responsive, less preventative.
Muth says he knows Children's Services often makes headlines under difficult circumstances, but he says that can overshadow graduations, adoptions, and community outreach.
Anytime we're highlighted in the media, it's usually under tragic circumstances. They don't get to see all the positive things that the agency does, all the success stories.
Megan joins me now. Megan, people are tired of taxes. People are tired of levies. At least this is a renewal for Children's Services. That's one thing. So it's not going to be new money, right?
No, people are not going to be paying any more. This is based off of a levy that was passed back almost 25 years ago. So it is based off of 2001 property values. And, you know, levy fatigue is a real thing. I mean, it's been coming up a lot here in Lucas County and all of Northwest Ohio. And I mean, even across the state, you know, we see those measures to completely reduce property taxes, get rid of them. But Muth kind of talked about, he understands that it's hard for people to, you know, be willing to pay money. But again, this is not an increase. It's what people have already been paying. And also, you know, he talks about the importance of what they do and that, you know, this is helping children in our community. And when you help these children, you know, it pays off in a lot of other ways because, you know, as they continue through society and all these other things. So he says he's hoping that although he understands people can be tired of sometimes seeing them on the ballot, that people will come out and support them.
There are some levies that are no-brainers for folks. The Metro Parks always pass. The library usually passes. Children's Service has been the same way. I mean, I can't remember the last time LCCS ever lost a levy.
So that's what Muth is kind of, you know, he said that he's hoping, you know, the community has come out before for them and he's hoping it stays the same this election. And it's also a little bit harder because this election it's the only county-wide issue that we have here in Lucas County. There's no statewide issue, so the only other thing is that if you're in a place such as Toledo where we have a mayoral race and city council, there's not much else pushing people to the polls for this election.
LCCS has costs have gone up exponentially since COVID. Why? How did that all come about?
I mean, he said that, yeah, it's up about 77% for
Wow.
what it costs over the past 5 years. You know, it's there. I think resources are just strained across the board. Obviously, inflation is real, but you know, they have less workers. They over the summer they were able to get 15 new caseworkers, which is one of the largest classes they've ever seen. But you know, if they don't have the resources, kids stay in the system longer. That creates more costs. And also here in Lucas County, one of the things Muth brought up is the group homes that they have, the group foster homes. The number of those homes that they have available to be able to place kids in has decreased by about half. So they just have less resources. And he even talked about that the resources here in Ohio can be so strained that they've had to send kids to other states to even be able to provide them with the services they need because it is just so tight here in Ohio.
Mental health has been so bad for everyone in the wake of COVID. And so more kids are in the system than ever before, and there's just no way keeping up on it.
No, I mean, he said right now they're at 900, around 900 kids that they're currently
Just in Lucas
helping.
County?
Just in Lucas County. And so, I mean, their focus is, though, on the kids, and whatever needs they have, whether that's being able to place them with a family and relative, is what they obviously tried to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes these kids, you know, need 24/7 care, whether it's in a psychiatric hospital or a one-on-one guardian. So they have to figure out those resources to figure out what's the best fit and how they can spend the money to make sure that the kids get what they need.
Megan, thanks for the extra context in that story. Kaylee?
We are following stories making nationwide headlines. Current and former NBA players and coaches have been charged in connection to two major gambling investigations, plus an update on the man charged with stabbing a Ukrainian woman to death on a train in North Carolina. And President Trump hosts a roundtable with law enforcement and administration officials to discuss Homeland Security task forces. But first, a vote to pay some federal workers during the government shutdown failed in the Senate today. It needed 60 votes to pass, but failed 54 to 45. The vote was to advance the Shutdown Fairness Act, a GOP measure to pay accepted employees, including military members and contractors who have continued to work during the shutdown. Earlier in the day, two bills proposed by Democrats would have paid all federal workers, but that failed. President Donald Trump discussed a new task force aimed at improving cooperation between federal and local law enforcement in the fight against drug cartels and human traffickers. The president formed the task force on his first day in office. At a Homeland Security roundtable, he credited the agencies involved with historic achievements, noting the group has been involved in more than 3,000 arrests. The president also discussed his deployment of federal agents to cities where he says crime is out of control, but he's scaling back plans for an operation in San Francisco. The president also praised law enforcement agencies for their work during the government shutdown. Well, the man charged with stabbing a Ukrainian woman to death on the train in Charlotte, North Carolina, is indicted on federal charges. 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown Jr. is accused of killing 23-year-old Irina Zarutska back in August in what police say was an unprovoked attack. Brown faces life in prison or the death penalty. Current and former NBA players and coaches were arrested today, charged in connection to two major gambling investigations. Portland Trailblazers head coach and former Detroit Pistons player Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier are among more than 30 people charged. Billups is accused of being involved in an underground multi-state poker ring backed by the Italian mafia. FBI officials say Rozier and 5 others used insider information to place bets. They called it the most brazen sports gambling scheme since online gambling became legal in the U.S. While the two cases are separate, 3 people are named as defendants in both, including a former Cleveland Cavalier player and current assistant coach.
Still to come, a Texas community going above and beyond to make sure a World War II veteran would be honored as the hero he was. John?
And heading towards the weekend, dry weather and sunshine gradually making a comeback, but there are going to be some frosty and chilly mornings. I'll let you know just how cold it gets this weekend in your full forecast coming up next.
We have the latest on what's trending on social media. Here's Sophia Periconi on our TikTok page.
Travis Kelce isn't just scoring touchdowns, he's now taking on roller coasters. The Kansas City Chiefs star just teamed up with an activist hedge fund and 2 executives to buy 9% of Six Flags. That's the parent company that owns Cedar Point. Kelce says he grew up going to Cedar Point and now wants to make Six Flags special for the next generation. The group plans to work with Six Flags' board to boost profits and improve park experience, since lately it's been rough with construction delays and rides that keep breaking down. Six Flags stock went up 18% after this announcement was made. So yeah, Travis Kelce might not just be calling plays on the field anymore. He also might be calling the shots when it comes to roller coasters. Think we'll see Taylor Swift on Millennium Force anytime soon?
Make sure you're following WTOL 11 on your favorite social media platform to stay up to date. Other stories we're tracking tonight: Tesla has recalled more than 76,000 electric vehicles due to safety concerns. Some 2025 Model 3 and 2026 Model Y cars were recalled earlier this month because of faulty battery pack contractors, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. A few days later, the company recalled some Cybertruck vehicles from 2024 through 26. Officials say a software issue could cause problems with parking lights, which could be a threat to other drivers. More than 6 million eggs are being recalled for possible salmonella contamination. The news coming from the Food and Drug Administration. Officials say the Black Sheep Egg Company recalled hundreds of thousands of egg cartons last month after testing found 7 strains of salmonella. Those eggs were distributed to retailers and wholesalers nationwide under various brand names.
Our ship burned while we were sleeping and we barely escaped. The vessel has sunk and we are in the farmhouse on the hill.
Now to a family's remarkable survival story after their boat caught fire off the coast of Massachusetts. The family woke up to find their boat on fire and swam to a small island off Cape Cod. The family was able to issue a Mayday call to the Coast Guard Wednesday morning. The Coast Guard says it rescued them after they were stranded for 2 days. A Coast Guard helicopter picked them up and took them to Cape Cod Hospital. John?
Well, the big weather impact heading towards the weekend is going to be the cold. We are tracking widespread frosty conditions with temperatures in the low to mid 30s. There could be a little bit of frost tomorrow morning, but it's really Saturday that's going to be the coldest of the entire forecast, with lows that could be getting close near freezing. Temperatures over the course of this evening have been dipping down to the 40s north and west of Toledo, down into the mid 40s, and coupled with the breeze and the rain showers, certainly a damp and brisk feel. On and off sprinkles and showers have been ongoing, but those are expected to taper off after sunset as we have lake effect rain showers ongoing. These are drifting in off Lake Michigan and also Lake Erie due to the chilly breeze coming in over the relatively mild Great Lakes. Our temperature in the western basin of Lake Erie is still at 59, so that's actually considerably warmer than the surrounding air. Hour by hour, we do have some cloud cover that's going to be fading away, and I am expecting gradually increasing sunshine heading into your Friday afternoon. It's going to be a pretty nice day as long as you have the light jacket. Drying out, partly sunny skies are expected, and the wind's not going to be quite as gusty, down to about 5 to 10 miles an hour. And I am expecting a nice dry evening for Big Board Friday. So let's talk temperatures. We're going to be in the 50s for tomorrow, seasonably cool by late October standards. Saturday morning, that is when we're expecting widespread frost, down to 34 in the Toledo metro. Near the Lake Erie shores, it is not going to be frosty, but north and west, there could be a few spots in the low to mid 30s. Also south of Toledo is going to be chillier with temperatures near 32 to 33. So plan on a widespread frost and a possible freeze that is going to require covering up any sensitive outdoor plants. Drying out tomorrow, some sunshine making a comeback. Into the weekend, frosty conditions expected, especially early Saturday, and we are likely to stay dry as we head towards Halloween. However, it is going to be on the cool side for late October and even into the start of November. It's likely that we're going to be staying on the chillier side. The long-range temperature outlook still continues continues to show chilly conditions, not just for us here at home, but much of the Ohio Valley towards the mid-Atlantic and even down south. Temperatures are expected to be below average for the final days of October and into the start of November. Frost is going to be likely, especially Saturday morning, that low of 34 degrees. Sunday's low not quite as frigid. And then into next week, a breezy start to the week. Scattered showers Tuesday and Wednesday, nothing widespread necessarily, but you'll want to keep that umbrella handy. There's that Halloween forecast. We're looking at a high around 55, and into the start of November, we do expect more autumn clouds with mostly cloudy conditions and temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Dan, Kaylee.
A Texas man served his country fighting in World War II, but his dying wish being buried with full military honors. The government shutdown has threatened to take that away.
Now his family and the local community stepped up to make sure he would be honored as the hero he was. Lindsay Lepman has the story.
A life overflowing with love and a legacy of service.
My dad was a person that cared about other people. He cared more about other people, I think, than himself.
Private First Class Florencio Davila accepted the call to serve during World War II.
He was stationed in the Philippines, and he was with the 632nd Tank Destroyer Battalion. He was a gunner in the tank.
But while making funeral arrangements, the Army didn't respond to the request to give Davila full military honors.
We were told, due to the government shutdown, military funerals are not happening right now or taking place right now. I was devastated. That was his one and only request, and to hear that that was not going to take place, I couldn't let it just not happen.
Granddaughter Sonia Guerrero began to reach out to every government official and made a plea to the public for help. The Casualty Assistance Center at Fort Hood stepped in to make sure Davila would not be forgotten.
Community came together, and I want to tell other families, don't just not do anything about it. Fight for your loved one and what they wanted and their wishes, and make it happen for them.
His life of faith and family was their greatest blessing.
As of 2021, we did a legacy video, and he remembered all the guys, where they were from. But one thing I love that he said in that video, he says, it doesn't matter where we were from, different places, we were all Americans, and we fought together. His favorite quote, I will never forget, he said it on every interview, was from General MacArthur, old soldiers never die.
Old soldiers never die, they just fade away. I thought it was real nice. I always remember that.
Still to come, an elderly man shot and killed by Findlay officers. An expert at BGSU breaks down how these instances compare to similar ones nationwide.
Plus, state and local officials coming together today talking about the importance of being prepared before severe weather strikes. Thanks for being with us here on WTOL 11 Plus now.
Here's a look at some of the stories we are following tonight.
An update to breaking news we told you about yesterday. We're learning the name of the man who was shot and killed by Findlay officers. Police identified the victim as 90-year-old Robert Norton. Authorities say they went to a house on Cherry Lane for a report of a shooting Wednesday afternoon. Investigators say Norton brandished a gun at them when police went to the door. Officers fired, shooting Norton several times. He was taken to the hospital where he died. We're told no one else was in the home and no officers were hurt. BCI is currently investigating the situation. Findlay police say body camera footage from the shooting will be released tomorrow. This marks the second officer-involved shooting in the last 15 days in Northwest Ohio. The first happened October 7th near Airport Highway in South Toledo. That's when a standoff with police ended with 22-year-old Zachary Reed pointing a gun at police before he was shot and killed. Philip Stinson is a professor of criminal justice at Bowling Green State University. He says while both incidents are tragic, they are both typical of officer-involved shootings nationwide.
My understanding is in both instances, officers encountered on a call for service. They were called to the scene and they encountered a person with a firearm, with a gun. And that's a very dangerous situation. It immediately escalates the situation and puts the officers potentially in harm's way, as well as putting any other individual who's in the area potentially in harm's way.
Norton's case in Findlay remains under investigation by the Ohio Bureau of Investigations, but police did confirm again that they will release that body camera footage tomorrow.
State and Lucas County officials gathered today to encourage residents to sign up for emergency alerts. The push comes after Ohio Governor Mike DeWine saw the amount of damage from Hurricane Helene in North Carolina and the flooding in Texas. Lucas County Commissioner Lisa Sebecki says only 16% of people in Lucas County are currently signed up to get emergency alerts.
Do you think the people of Western North Carolina ever thought that they would be destroyed by a hurricane? No. So you just never think about these things until it's too late. And part of our messaging is just take a second and look at how you might be able to protect yourself. And this is an easy one.
If you'd like to get the free alerts in Lucas County, we have more information posted under the links to sign up. It's mentioned under our website there. Major disruption could be coming for families relying on food assistance. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services says it's being told by the USDA to pause issuing November SNAP benefits. That's because of the ongoing federal government funding lapse. The move could delay food assistance for roughly 1.4 million residents, including families, seniors, and people with disabilities. You are urged to check MI Bridges or dial 211 for help finding food resources.
Don't forget to check out some of the other exclusive content here on WTOL 11 Plus. On a new episode of Off the Radar, the Rangers reveal their favorite Halloween candy picks.
Kroger came out with a list of what is the most popular Halloween candy in Ohio.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
And I thought I'd go through the list. So we've got 6 of them to go with our spooky theme. See this? Ooh.
I like this.
You like that? Isn't that fun?
Look at that.
Anybody want to try and guess what one of them might be? I'm going to go in order.
Well, I know the number one.
Oh, you do?
Oh, okay, then hold off.
Obvious
Okay,
number one.
if you think you know number one, don't tell us your guess till we get to number one then, okay?
I think I know number 2.
What?
Wait, are we
Did
starting?
I printed this off at Tim's computer. No, I'm just kidding.
Are we starting this at 6 and we're going down?
It would be kind of weird if you started at 1, right? You got to start at 6 and build up to it. Here. And then I'm going to tie this in. I asked AI, because we have fun with AI on this show.
Yeah.
I said, as we go through this list of different types of candy, I said, hey, AI, and I gave it the list. What type of weather would correspond with each of these pieces of candy? So let me give you number 6, because I don't think anybody's going to guess number 6 right here. So number 6, this one's interesting. It's the Tootsie Caramel Apple Pops.
Oh, yeah, no one's going to guess that one.
I love those. I just had
those
one
are
yesterday.
good.
Everybody likes those?
Oh, yeah.
Those are delicious. I remember those in grade school.
That's one of those that I remember from grade school,
Yeah.
but I don't really eat anymore.
They're good. The best part is the green part. But there's a red one now too, and the red ones are so good.
Is that like a Macintosh apple or a Honeycrisp?
Or no, it's like a red delicious or something.
I think it's supposed to be like a candy apple.
Oh, fun. Okay. Here's what AI had to say about the Tootsie Caramel Apple Pop. Says it's a fall flavor overload. It's the ultimate symbol of changing leaves, flannel weather, and cider sipping Sundays.
Like AI's ever tasted it.
Alliteration there.
Could have.
Cider sipping Sunday.
This is the 6th most popular
In Ohio.
In Ohio, you're saying?
Yeah, you want to see number 5? This one's a classic.
Oh, yuck.
There's nothing offensive about
Yuck?
What?
A yuck on a Milky Way?
Did you just yuck a Milky Way?
Yeah, no, trash.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody yuck a Milky Way.
Yuck.
It's caramel and chocolate. What's yucky about that?
What's the other part?
Mark, according to this, Milky Way fun size is smooth and calm, like those quiet, crystal clear nights. Perfect for stargazing, like the comets we've had this year. After
The caramel's good, but I don't like that other part.
The chocolate?
No, the other part.
Thank you, Alexis. Thank
The
you.
nougat.
Oh.
The nugget.
The nugget.
The nougat.
Really
The nugget is a gold piece.
You know what? I'll accept Milky Way as it is. I think it's a good
This
choice.
is quite literally the least offensive piece of candy I think I
It's
could
the
ever
most
think of.
boring. vanilla
There's
piece.
one more on the list that's blah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, if you want to see the rest of the list, you can catch it on a full episode on WTOL 11+ next.
A Texas tennis player is proving that age is just a number. He's still got game. Dick Bond is 102 years old. On the court, he gives players decades younger run for his money. Bond picked up tennis in the 50s after a long career as a decorated fighter pilot in 3 wars. He says discipline and perseverance now carry him through a rally and in life.
It's so much a part of my life. It's really what keeps me going and gives me a reason to get the hell out of bed. It's never too late.
Thank you. Bond, who was married more than 70 years before his wife died, says he also gets support and community from being on the court. More than 60 friends turned out last month for his 102nd birthday celebration. According to the USTA, tennis players live nearly a decade longer, they say, on average, than people who are inactive. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I guess that's the secret to a long life. Play some tennis.
Be active.
Be active.
Yeah. Pickleball, hey, if you're not as good at tennis.
No, they're both great lifelong sports. And, you know, with tennis, you can play doubles at least. There's not quite as much running around the court.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of those are going to be in the cards with this forecast.
No. Not outdoor
It's hard to
course.
stay active
Yeah.
outdoors when it's this cold. We're expecting widespread frost into the weekend, although the Halloween forecast is going to be nice. Friday, we do see some sunshine returning. Big Board Friday is going to be nice, but temperatures drop down to the 40s, so you'll definitely want to layer up tomorrow night.
Thanks for spending part of your day here with us on WTOL 11+. We'll see you later tonight at 11 o'clock.